Okay. Good night, everybody. Like and subscribe is basically all I have to say for tonight because this was a show to end all horrible shows. Today is Monday, May 13th, 2024. I am joined tonight by Mr. Judy Tenuta and Mr. Xavier Whiskers on the bottom there.
Hello.
It's so silly when you think about it, how we've been doing the show for like 10 years now, and still everybody is just like an avatar, except for me and Dennis with assumed names.
That's the way it should be, bro.
Yes, the way it should be. Yes, 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 yes,
And
yes.
and Arm put himself like on a Aquaman body or something. Like he's kind of seen his face once.
It's the same. Yes, and he looks exactly like that. I mean, I don't know what he looks like these days. I've only met him actually once, which is so bizarre in this whole world of ours. But, and Dennis obviously is the person I've seen the most because he's not too far from me here, and we kind of go to lunch together, or we'll have dinner together, or whatever. And we went to that WATP thing together. So anyway, so today's show, let's talk about. Yes, Autobot Al, I'd like you to show your face next time you're on, and I'm gonna make you live up to that. Today's show, what can I say about it? It was really, really bad, you guys. It was really.
Listen, if we did a podcast on Sophie's Choice, it would be a little brighter freaking subject, man.
Yeah, this is really.
I mean, holy crap! How many times have we said that we've seen the bottom? But this is truly we are, as James Cameron would say, we are challenger deep at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad, and I have a lot of clips though, weirdly enough, from today, because so little happened. So I just kept recording and recording and recording, hoping that something, this is one of those throw it against the wall, and if it sticks, so be it, and we'll chat about it for a little while, and if not, so be it.
Can I just say,
go, Gene.
I had an epiphany last night. I was wondering, do you think this show is actually better with Shuli on it?
No.
I don't think Shuli is relevant. I mean,
no.
If you said, do you think the show is better with Artie on it? Absolutely. Is the show better with Jackie on it? For sure. Is the show better with Gilbert?
No. It's like having cement life jackets on the Titanic.
But there was something to hate, like a person that you.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Like hate is nothing to even gravitate onto it so bad. Oh, say again.
Go ahead, Xavier.
No. I understand what you're saying, because at least it's like he was like the King Joffrey of the Stern Show. Like everybody hated his ass. A less talented King Joffrey. But so yeah, in that sense, maybe, but he's still kind of worthless.
Of course.
I don't think. See, I think that because everything is so manufactured now, and we now have taken the red pill, so we understand what's manufactured and what's not. I don't think that anything that you put onto the show right now could salvage it or make it something different.
Well, you know what? It is kind of harkens. Call me crazy, but this harkens. You remember when he lost that lawsuit about the two? Was it two companies or not? Remember how the show just took a dive right after that, and that he would leave the second he could. He would do the most minimal, as almost a protest.
Yes,
and I almost get this vibe that him returning to the studio was kind of an ultimatum, and so now he's just gonna make it even worse than he could possibly get.
Yeah. Just W is saying in the chat, the current crew seems not to be delusional about their ability to do shit outside the show like previous crew members. This is true. They all know their roles. That's it. They are with this ship. They are the band on the Titanic. That's who they are.
No, but didn't Marcy put a halt to all that crap with the Scott, with those shows and stuff?
Marcy doesn't really work for
Someone put a stop to it, because Shirley wouldn't have given up a free gravy train, and that's what essentially it was.
Yeah. Yes. And like Ronnie doesn't really do anything anymore. There's nothing really sponsored by Ronnie going to like strip clubs or anything. I mean, he's older now too, and whatever. I guess he's retired, but none of them really do anything. And if they do anything, it's just in terms of the show. And if you remember last week when Benji saw Woody Allen, there was absolutely no part of Howard that wanted him to say that he was part of the Stern Show. So even running into somebody in the street, he doesn't want it to be called out that he's part of it, because this is his legacy. These people who
He
are
doesn't have a legacy at this point. Come on,
borderline rat packers are his legacy. They always will be. You know,
but he cashed in, bro. He cashed in. It's
where's he cashed
the
in?
legacy's gone. You know.
You know what?
You're going.
Go, baby, go.
I'm beginning to think deep down he has regrets that he signed this, now it's 4 years contract, even though everyone thinks he's just wants money. I feel like he might be regretting these past 4 years.
I disagree. I think money's the only thing that drives him at this point.
But I also think that this last 4 years, or even 5 years, you want to say, has allowed him, in his mind, you don't have to argue with me about this, okay? In his mind, has allowed him to believe his own hype and believe that he is this amazing, fantastic interviewer. And that's how they wanted to build his legacy. So none of these like stripper parties and none of these block parties and none of these Stern adjacent kind of things are allowed when the master of ceremonies has to be able to like clay, shape himself into something else. And that's what they've been working on for the last like 4 or 5 years. 6
But Mo, you really think
this is like a career?
Hang on, Jeremy. Sorry.
Do you really think deep down the week he interviewed Pearl Jam and Biden, he really thinks they were incredible? Those interviews?
Yeah. And you know why? Because I think they feed to him these letters and these notes, and he probably hears from Jimmy Kimmel and all of his douchey friends about how amazing it was. And so that allows him to perpetuate the thought that he's great. That's it.
Okay,
I mean, what else does he have? What else does he have other than people he will readily admit that he doesn't listen to anything that's said about him in the news, or if there's an article with him in it. He likes to be sheltered. He enjoys not knowing. He does.
Yeah, but I mean, wasn't it the original plan was to be America's judge and just literally have like one of these Price is Right type of deals where he does nothing and just collects money? And then with that,
what's he doing? What's he doing now?
But wait. But then the ratings absolutely killed him on America's Got Talent. So then it became, I'm going to be an interviewer, and you could totally see the move to try to get something on Netflix.
World's greatest.
And how did that work out?
Well, you know what though? I mean, he's really like in with the Ted Sarandoses of the world.
So, yeah, but he could care less. What's the show?
I don't know. I you know what? It's probably not as much money as he's making now. Maybe that's what he'll do when he's done with this. Maybe that's why Robin is so weepy all the friggin' time. Maybe she knows deep down that he's not going to re-sign, and these are like her waning months of having him in her life.
No,
maybe
I think
I don't know.
I think that he's not. He's going to end up like Larry King on one of these like peripheral like TV streamers, he's gonna be like Fubu or something like that, or one of these like, and it's gonna be like Larry King. He's just gonna be literally old man talking to wall, talking about the day he met Al Pacino.
Just an interview show, and he gets rid of Robin and everyone else, just him
absolutely.
in interviews. Yeah, and then maybe that's why she's upset.
I feel like that's why she's upset.
I think she's just an old kook at this point. Is why she's
upset. Yeah, but I think she's feeling her mortality for sure. She's definitely.
You think?
Definitely feeling.
It seems like they had a meeting. That dinner was a meeting.
Yes, that's what it feels like. She flew down there for a meeting.
Pluto TV. I think Pluto too high class.
She's been weepy ever since, so it's just kind of interesting how that's going down. All right, so
honestly, we don't know what we don't know.
Of course, we don't know what we don't know, but you know what we do know? We do know that the show was horrible today. And I love the way we always say today's the best show he will ever do, and and also the worst.
I'm going to almost guarantee that it's going to be like this until he comes into the studio in a couple of weeks to back in the thing, and he's going to be a miserable old man, even more so when that happens.
Oh, it's gonna be a total curmudgeon. It's gonna be hard.
That might be interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
no, it would be great if he actually like was miserable.
Yes.
We'd love
Yes.
If John Hine didn't walk in every 5 minutes saying, "Oh, you're hitting it out of the ballpark, boss."
Slowly,
You know?
making his way towards his trip to Italy, probably freaking out with nerves about having to perform on stage with the Billy Joel thing. I mean, you can see the neurosis kicking in and him getting all stressed about it. It's totally what's going to happen. Yes, tomorrow will suck more than today, but it'll still be his best show until he's gone. That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
I can't wait till there are photos of Howard walking around Vatican City. It's going to be awesome.
I know, and there's gonna, that everywhere he goes, they're gonna have like a private guide. They're gonna like hire a docent from whatever museum they go to. There'll probably be like a little guide taking them around to all the churches, and he doesn't care about any of this stuff. He's completely
Oh, why would he? He's not Catholic.
no. That's not what.
Yeah, on top of everything else.
I mean,
he pretends he cares about art, which he doesn't.
The art
doesn't.
It's all about the art.
I'll tell you, if he sees David Wang off
Yeah,
14 feet of him, they're gonna have to peel him off that.
All right, so Beth came in this morning. He was talking about the pictures of himself with Joe Biden and with Beth, and it looked like Beth was like this like, supermodel with the president. They looked like they could be husband and wife, and there I am, like a gargoyle standing off on the side, and then Beth comes downstairs. She doesn't really come for a visit, so this is not a Beth visiting a clip per se, but of course we have to talk about this. So here we go. And let's start our show.
Why did you say, honey? Come on the air. No one can hear you. What? Do you? No, I don't want you to post the picture. No. I'm telling you, I hate. Come here on the air. No. Get on the microphone, please. Why? You don't look like shit. You're gorgeous. You're nuts. I look like shit. That's the point of this.
She says that every time she comes.
What?
I gotta take that bunny to the hospital.
All right. Okay. Bye. We just got a rabbit that
Oh wow!
they're been abused. It's got a broken foot. Don't ask.
Yeah, of course it was abused. Of course it's somebody's fault. Of course.
Always.
So I had to look up said bunny. Here we go. Here's the bunny. New foster mini Sunny bunny found dumped in a yard after Easter. When people think it's cute to get a baby rabbit for their kids without doing their research on how to care for one.
How would she know that?
She doesn't.
How would she know that? If it's got dumped, how would she know? Like, all of a sudden, what does it have? Like a wiki page?
She hasn't.
Not.
It's always the same story.
Exactly. What an imbecile,
Enough
bro.
of these fake stories already.
They are a lot of work, and for some reason, people think domestic rabbits can survive outside. They cannot survive on their own outdoors. He came to me late yesterday with a severely broken leg. She is dragging it like Coco Melon. On our way to the exotic vet this morning. Welcome, sweet bun. And no, we will not be keeping her, so she'll need a forever family once her medical plan is in place and healing. I love that the bunny goes to the exotic vet. Like,
can I say something?
Yeah.
For a small animal, that is a ton of food. That is way too much.
That's always the case with her.
Yeah, she loves to give them.
It should be a quarter, if not less.
Yeah, and then she'll ASMR it too, so it sounds like this. Hold on, let me see. Hopefully there's no music. So exciting! It's like watching paint dry. That's it. That's what you get. Yeah.
What are the odds that the doctor's just like, okay, this rabbit's got a broken foot, so how you want it to
a splint?
How's he gonna go?
$1,000 later.
Yeah, there's no way, man. If you go to those places and they have like a Nerf basketball thing over a trash can, he's okay. We'll take care of it. Nothing but net.
Baby bunnies for sale. I'm just curious. Let's see how much bunnies are. Available baby bunnies. So yeah, they're about $150 for, look at this, $400 for a lop-eared one.
Okay.
Bunny is $200. See, so nobody's dumping bunnies as much as you think they are. So these bunnies, which are super tiny at 8 weeks old, Easter was just what, like a month ago? Not even less than a month ago,
I don't know. It was like the first week of April, right?
was it? Yeah, so
I
it's a month
think.
ago. It's just a
I
month
think.
ago. So yeah, somebody's gonna get whatever. So yeah, this is the bunny, of course, who has been abused and broken and
It
is
looks
just.
pretty good to me.
I know
Let's see the foot.
he's got
Does it
his
have a
foot.
cast on it
So-
signed by Beth?
See it right
So
there.
somebody in Florida contacts her or a vet place and says, here's another one you could put on Instagram and we can make it everyone feel bad and blah, 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 blah. Is that how it works?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. Remember that one that was like sitting in a parking lot that they never found? I don't know how this
Oh
happened.
yeah.
So somehow these people could get in touch with Beth very easily.
Yeah, it's always,
Apparently.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, that like a bat phone that goes straight to her.
I just love that this bunny has to go to the exotic vet. I'm telling you, it's going to cost more money to set this this bunny's leg than it would cost to,
I mean, can
have it
they?
for a couple of
I
months,
mean,
make
I
it
mean,
like,
rabbits have been known to just like die, like literally scare themselves to death.
yeah,
How does
Like
how
literally.
does she know it's broken?
severely broken. Okay, just pay attention. Follow
Oh, sorry.
follow what's going on. Follow what's
Okay.
going on.
Well, you know how she knows because that's what the sound it made when she smashed it with his fist.
Exactly. Severely broken leg, not just broken,
I
severely
mean,
broken.
poor thing, dude. I mean, that
I
sucks.
know,
I
I know.
mean,
But you know
but-
what? This is what happens. This would be hawk food pretty much anywhere else.
yeah, I'm trying to think of what the situation would be where a rabbit would break his leg. I mean,
And
Unless a
they're
kid
pretty nimble animals. You ever try to catch one? I mean, there's like
was in a family with like an asshole, and tried to grab him while he's like running away or something. I mean, you never know. I don't believe her, but you just never know.
isn't
I
it true
mean,
too?
yeah.
And any cat in that house would kill it.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Including the lame Cocomelon.
Yes.
Lame Cocomelon.
Cocomelon just pull a knife out and
Exactly.
shake.
I got a bitch.
The last time I saw a rabbit in nature, it was coming out of the bushes. I'm like, oh, it's a rabbit. And then literally within 5 seconds, a hawk just comes out. And it was gone. I
Ryder,
felt so bad.
Ryder will chase them like a loon. Like he is so hyper aware of rabbits in the wild. And he
Oh, have you ever been around a greyhound? Dude,
not really.
those things will ragdoll that rabbit in seconds.
Aw, poor baby.
Second.
All right. So let's move on. So, of course, and naturally, Howard calls his mother for Mother's Day to wish her a happy Mother's Day. And what do you think? What do you think the conversation revolves around? Like, it's getting really weird that the conversation is all about this. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
But she doesn't want to hear the interview. She's not that proud.
His mom.
I think she wants a picture of Beth. Every minute how she loves Beth. Like yesterday on Mother's Day, I'm like, Mom, I love you. You're a great mom.
Do you know who I love?
I go, who, Mom?
Beth.
Oh,
Thank
my.
God you brought her into my life.
She doesn't respond to you saying, I love you, Mom.
She did. She said,
And do you know who I love?
who, Mom?
Beth.
I don't believe any of that conversation ever goes
Oh,
on.
it's complete. It's malarkey.
I think the fact that he's constantly using his mother as a foil for his relationship with Beth is kind of sick at this point. I can't even imagine that his kids enjoy this, considering the fact that he was married to Allison for God knows how many years, and that is the mother of his children. And why wouldn't Allison call her and wish her a happy Mother's Day?
Probably does.
Absolutely.
She probably does is right.
Do you think Beth's parents are saying the same things about Howard?
Never. No, you know what they say? Thank God for Howard. Thank God
God for
Howard.
his money.
Yeah. God loves
That dog was. He's an idiot. Thank God.
So what happened today was basically Howard was feeling a little bit weirdly dejected about the thing that happened with
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
Who are
And-
these people?
And so he just had to constantly take phone calls about how amazing he is, how fantastic
Validation.
he
Thirst
is.
traps.
Oh my God, totally.
Thirst traps.
I mean, the fact that Jerry would even ask forgiveness after suggesting
That's
he
really weird.
is kind of shocking to me. It really is. It's almost stupid that Jerry
He's
would.
not the master of his domain.
Well, we're gonna tell the
Who-
story of it.
Where did Seinfeld ask for either forgiveness, or was it in an interview, or did he like post? How do you say it? Like posted it out there in a email or something?
Good question. I'm not really sure, and I'm sorry that
Well,
I
the
just
original thing was on a podcast, right?
Yeah,
yes, which I'm gonna
He issued
play.
an apology.
I'm
out of
curious
nowhere.
where he actually, if he even did this.
I think somebody interviewed him, and because he's been going around about his unfrosted thing. Let's see.
Which is the worst thing ever,
that.
apparently.
Let me see.
I mean, it's absolutely a complete vomit, from what I understand.
Again, none of us have seen it, so we don't
Well,
know.
let's look it up. Let's see. What's it called? Unfrosted?
You look that up while I'm looking at this.
Rotten Tomatoes.
We're gonna come back to this though. We're not ready for.
Let's
Hang on.
see. It
Hang on.
is. No.
Hang on, you. We're not ready for Seinfeld yet. I'm gonna get to him.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
We're gonna get to him in a few minutes. Okay, so just hold your horses. But let's go to the first caller and this ridiculous call. And he's been taking a shit ton of calls these days, and I think it's because he doesn't have enough material. But here we go.
No guests.
No guests, no material. Here we go.
Yeah. Samson, you're on the air in California.
Hey, Howard. I'm afraid to try that porn you always.
Okay, first off, this is first thing in the morning. This is only about maybe 15, 20 minutes into the show. Okay, so this is somebody 567-456 calling in at 4:20 in the morning.
And supposedly he sees this come up on his computer, and Howard's just waiting to click it because he's interested.
Yeah, well, listen to the story.
This is a commercial.
It's so stupid, and okay, on all levels. Hang on, sorry.
Yeah. Samson, you're on the air in California.
Hey, Howard.
Now, do most people say they're from California? Like, wouldn't you say you're from like Brooklyn or San Francisco or Austin? Do you really call in and say what state you're from as opposed to the city? Am I crazy?
And what name is Samson?
I don't know what that means. I mean, the whole call is so stupid. Let me continue it.
I'm afraid to try that porn. Hey, Howard. I'm afraid to try that porn you always talk about.
Why?
Because I got 4 kids and they're always on my phone, and I'm afraid if they go to YouTube, they'll see it in the search bar.
Okay. Let's go back.
Is this call from 1995?
Exactly. So you never heard of YouPorn, number one. You're afraid that if you go to YouPorn, do you think it's part of YouTube? And so that when your kids are on your phone and they go to YouTube, they're going to see your search history? Like,
And then he said his computer after that, so it's confusing.
make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense.
First of all, this current generation don't even know what computers are.
Yeah.
Everything's on a smartphone. And who like what? They all just is this like 1996? They all just share one computer.
This guy has 4 kids. He's got to be old. Like,
yeah, exactly. Come on, bro.
He's got 4 kids and
he's using web TV back in the day.
It's actually ridiculous. But this is what, and again, this call had to be set up so that
you know how we always kind of we always go down the conspiracy rabbit hole. Okay, let's see moving forward how many times YouPorn gets mentioned before he goes off air. If it's a one-time thing, or if it'll be a continuous commercial like it was a few years ago.
You can keep track of that. You can.
I already did. Started. One.
I have a pen and paper.
Let me see. That's a 1. Okay, so this leads him into an entire conversation about incognito. And you'd be surprised to know that incognito, how long do you think incognito has been around for?
At least 10 years, right? At least.
At least 2008.
At least 10 years.
2008 is when incognito came about.
Okay, there you go.
And yeah. And the first people to have it was actually Safari browsers in 2005, Google Chrome in 2008, Internet Explorer in 2009. So you would think that Howard talking about this today, it was brand new. Like he just discovered it, and this is something that everybody needs. So here are the boomers talking about incognito.
How
Then
exciting.
you're suddenly having to delete your history and your life. It's like a whole fucking rigmarole. Just go incognito.
Just
Yeah, I need to try. I've never seen that.
It's in fact,
can you even? Who are these people? Who are these people?
He's acting like you can buy incognito. He's like,
Incognito, exactly.
I bet he has like 8,000 tabs open on his browser.
on his phone.
he's told me about it. It was such an embarrassing conversation. They heard me on the
Yeah,
air
how'd
talking
that
about.
come up? Oh,
Well, they heard me complaining to Robin, about the fact that I had to sit there and delete my history. And they were like, Howard, we heard you they wrote me a memo. Howard, we heard you on the air this morning. And, there is a thing as incognito. And, and it was basically them advising me on how to masturbate.
that's pretty funny that
Yeah, but
they
that's what-
wrote it down.
They wrote it. I have the memo framed on my wall. It's the funniest thing you ever saw. It's the greatest memo. Like they were trying to be diplomatic about it, but it was basically, hey, we heard you talking about masturbation and you should go incognito.
He's I can almost guarantee you that he's still it's probably one of the very few things he knows how to do on Google.
Can I say first, days about TiVo, now about incognito. Like they're literally just trying to talk about nothing.
Yes,
100%.
they're trolling us. I'm telling you,
They are trolling us.
How is
he's
it
trying to
even?
destroy them.
How many people use his computer equipment? How is it even? Why would he even care?
I know.
It's like, what is he, like some family named Sanchez with like 8 kids that use the same computer? I mean, come on.
Wait, Max.
Beth doesn't touch his shit.
No, of course
And
not.
she doesn't even
Why would it
care.
make any difference? What is he sharing it with Zoom grandkid or what? I mean, come on, man. Come on,
Interesting.
how childish.
Interesting that Maxim just said this, so I Googled it for us. He said Google just settled this lawsuit. Google agrees to delete users' incognito browsing data in lawsuit settlement. Oh my God, this is so funny. So hold on. Let us can I
That looks like Chris Wilding in 10 years.
totally. All right, hold on one second. I've got to oh, damn you for not being available to me.
Oh well.
No, but I need Howard to know that, hey, Howard, incognito, in fact, did save your browser history. What is it that he try going back to SIM cards?
It sounds like a song from The Fix from the 80s.
SIM card.
Incognito.
Adult. Okay. Post. Okay. Just needed to get that out to him because why not? All right. So yeah, I don't know anything about this lawsuit. Delete millions of records of users' browsing activities as part of the settlement of class action lawsuit that alleged it tracked people without their knowledge. So even if it was on incognito, it was still being tracked. Oopsie daisy. Oopsie for you idiot. All right, let's move on.
How much you bet like 80% of those use the words stepsister was involved in the search results.
Listen what he says he used to use incognito for. This is like very weird.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Yeah. I can't think of one other use for incognito except for masturbation. There's just no reason. Like for a while when I was really into like going to the shooting range and guns and stuff, I was like, maybe I'll go incognito for that, to look at people firing guns and how, because they can maybe think you're a maniac. But then I was like, well, there's nothing really to be embarrassed about. It's a legal right to own a gun.
Can you imagine? Like, this is why I'm going to go incognito, because I don't want people to look at me looking at people on shooting ranges and looking at guns.
Do you think this guy's ever heard of DuckDuckGo? Just
No,
out
I
of curiosity.
don't think so.
Or onion browsers?
No. None of this is something that this is something that they know.
Yeah.
Benjamin always makes me chuckle, and the RadioGunk and its parent company Telemundo keep all its chatter data too.
I don't want to get political, but he swears up and down he's a Democrat, but he loves guns.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he's gonna.
You know what? Democrats are allowed to own guns too. I mean, I don't think it's a one-sided thing. I think it's actually pretty evenly stated. I mean, you and I both being from the Northeast, it's not as popular or
I like guns.
Yes, well, of course you do.
Yes. Well, wait till next contract when he goes, oh, I heard about this VPN, Robin.
That's absolutely what they're going to change him over to.
100%. Like, these guys are just idiots.
So then, of course, his idiot friend Bobo calls in so that he could bring up the Seinfeld thing, which starts a whole nother conversation. So
hold it up. Let's talk to Bobo, my old friend Bobo. How are you, Bobo?
Hey, how you doing there, Howard?
Hey, now. What up?
Did Jerry Seinfeld pick up the phone and personally call you what he said about you on the Flying the Walls podcast about not being funny?
So, of course, that starts the whole thing. So it's bizarre that it took me a second to find the clip from the podcast. But here it is. I took this from TMZ, but here it is just in its raw form. Here we go.
Yeah. Howard Stern invented this, right?
Yes.
But we're better than him now.
Yeah.
Howard is interesting. Howard is a great interviewer, but comedy chops.
But since podcasts came along and comedians are getting all the content, and
let's face it,
let's be honest,
he's been outflanked. This show is comedy podcast. This is the best one on the air.
There's an element.
Yeah. So it's basically talking about, I guess it was Dana Carvey, right? Does a podcast.
David Spade.
David Spade and David Carvey, right?
Yeah.
Is the two of them saying that this is the best podcast, just in terms of funniness and comedians and stuff like that. So of course the mea culpa that came from that was like a holy shit show. Jerry Seinfeld asked Howard Stern for forgiveness after suggesting he isn't funny. Seinfeld said David Spade and Dana Carvey's podcast was better than the Stern Show. Oh my God, how horrible! How horrible for him to say that. How dare you?
Don't they know Metamucil Man is comedy gold?
Hey, it's not as
it's practically Groucho Marx, bro.
Yeah, he's really
Metamucil Man, isn't that funny?
It's a shame. I meant to say he must feel surrounded, but I said outflanked, which sounded terrible and insulting. And of course, none of these little shows are any threat to his giant show. Anyway, it was bad, and I'm sorry, Howie. I still love you. Please free. The whole thing is weird. The whole thing is weird. I really feel bad.
What's really weird about that, Mo? Put it into context. That was more of an apology than when Kramer dropped the N word at that stand-up show that he did like a million years ago.
It's shocking.
Like, he totally blew that off. But this, I'm so sorry.
Why are they so afraid of Howard Stern in 2024? Why? I don't get it.
That's weird.
But I respected that.
They're gonna...
Yeah, go.
No, I respected that he did it though. Because no one else is doing it.
But why would he though? Is he afraid they're gonna play that Jerry Seinfeld's Girlfriend is 17 song again? Come on,
probably.
So let's go back in time a little bit and talk about how this actually happened. By the way, Larry David, funnier than Jerry Seinfeld.
1,000%.
Yeah, by leaps
Who
and
knew
bounds.
that he was really the brains behind the whole outfit?
We knew that. I knew.
I didn't at the time. But
yeah,
absolutely. Larry was what made that show funny.
Larry is the linchpin to that show. All right, let me look for what I wanted to say next.
You know what I love? In 50 years, people are still going to be talking about Seinfeld. In 50 years, no one's going to remember Howard Stern.
You are absolutely
dude, 50 days, bro. 50 days.
You are absolutely correct. That is a brilliant observation there, Judy. Brilliant. So let's go into the Seinfeld apology thing and what happened with that. Here we go.
Yes, he did. He did. I was home.
wondered that too. Thank you, Bobo. First good question you've ever asked.
Look at Bobo hitting a home run. Yes, he did.
Yeah. Like they didn't tell him to call up and do that.
Yeah, well, look, here's what happened. So I'm sitting at home Wednesday night feeling pretty fucking powerful and good about myself. I'm like,
listen to this. It's just feeling pretty powerful.
Feeling about yourself.
Is that all he thinks about all day?
Yes.
And what the good feeling was, like, we had just finished up. It was a Wednesday night. We had finished up the week of radio shows. I figured I did a solid 12 hours.
12 hours.
Wow.
He's funny. See, that's the funniest thing he's said in a long time.
So proud of himself, feeling so jacked up and so good about the 12 hours he delivered to people.
And he's just sitting in an easy chair with a scotch and a cigar, thinking how amazing he is.
Scotch. I love scotch.
Exactly. With a little laser pointer for the cat. Exactly. Just sitting there being all full of himself.
Good radio. I was reviewing in my head, maybe coming off, between the Biden interview and Pearl Jam and everybody else that we talked to. And I don't know. And I was feeling like, wow, we really nailed it.
Okay. So neither of those things were last week. Just FYI.
It was to him.
Maybe a career high. And I was like almost congratulating myself, thinking, at my age where most guys are retired, to be this sort of on a roll and popular, and most of the subscribe to Sirius XM for our show, I was feeling kind of full of myself. But
do you hear what he's saying?
Yes, I am hearing.
You hear these contract negotiations that are going on air? That most people who subscribe to Sirius are there for him. Can we just listen to that part just real quick?
Career high, and I was like almost congratulating myself, thinking, at my age where most guys are retired, to be this sort of on a roll and popular, and most of the subscribers subscribe still to Sirius XM for our show, I was feeling kind of full of myself. But
really?
Okay, first of all, the majority are people who buy cars. Let's cut the crap. It's not Howard. It's people that I just bought a Hyundai and it comes with the subscription.
Rarely are people like me who only use the subscription on my phone, and it's really so that I could just
think
listen.
You're it.
I think I am it, because who else does that? All right, more Jerry. Hang on.
XM for our show, I was feeling kind of full of myself, but and then I'm sitting there after dinner where we play with our cats, and I'm just hanging out. And I'm scrolling through Google News, which I hate doing because I never want to read anything about myself. It was like this headline that, Jerry had said that basically I'm an interviewer and that I'm not a comedian. And now comedians have podcasts and comedians are, funnier or something than me.
Yes.
So I read it and I went to my wife, oh, that's weird, because Jerry's like a personal friend of ours. And especially his wife, Jessica, is really good friends with Beth. They text each other regularly.
Yeah. So thank you, Tone Cop, by the way. Producer Roger Corman died a few days ago. He gave us the original Rock and Roll High School Forever. Still waiting on the remake from Howard. Yeah, well, you'll be a really long time for that. So listen to how the apology went down.
Can I just say, he says, he goes, I hate scrolling Google News or whatever alerts, but he's doing it, and he's always doing it.
He's always doing it. He always
knows.
Mentioned.
Do you think he's seen in that room that's like that Darth Vader thing that removes the helmet, takes the wig off?
That's what he does every day.
Yeah, that's all he does.
That's all he does.
He plays guitar. He paints. He eats.
Does chess. Well, doing photography.
He goes on RadioGunk.
He thinks he's like a Renaissance man. He really does. He really, in his mind, thinks that he is so well-rounded now. He's an artist. He's a musician.
He is.
He's a chess player.
He's a conjoined twin.
He reads. He's just so brilliant. He's just so brilliant.
And he does 50 pages of content a day.
A day.
His words, not mine.
Yes, he does. So here, Beth brokered the apology. Did you know? This is how it went down.
Of course.
Here we go.
Anyway, yeah. And then Jerry, so Beth texted Jessica. Jessica told Jerry. Jerry called me immediately and was like, oh, fuck, I fucked up.
So Beth texts Jessica. Jessica tells
what did it say?
Wait.
Jerry.
I wish he would what spurred Beth to do that? How is she a cog in any of this?
Why does she care?
Yeah, like what was it? Oh, your man talking about my man. What was the text? Come on.
Exactly. How does this go down? And by the way, it had already been out there that Jerry had said this. So it wasn't like, as soon as he said it on that podcast, it was out on the air.
Jessica, Howard's crying in the corner about what your husband said.
Could you please have Jerry call him? Could you please take care of this right now? So
just pretend he's funny. Just lie on the phone.
Because I have to travel to Italy with him this summer, and it's going to be absolutely miserable if Jerry doesn't think he's a comedian. It's just going to be so horrible. Listen to this. Hang on. Oh, I got to start it again. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Anyway, yeah. And then Jerry, so Beth texted Jessica. Jessica told Jerry. Jerry called me immediately and was like, oh, fuck, I fucked up. And I want to apologize. And I he goes, when you're on the air and shit just comes out wrong. I was trying to say, you're this interview. I said, Jerry, you don't even have to, please.
You don't even have to apologize, Jerry. I don't even know why you're calling me. I don't even know why Beth texted Jessica to let her know this. It's no big deal. It's
embarrassing. I'm the king of going on the air and having millions of regrets afterwards. Apology accepted. I don't care. And you know what? If comedians, if I'm not a comedian, I'm an interview. I don't know what I am. I always considered myself a comedian, but whatever it is, don't worry about it. And he apologized for a really long time.
A really long time. Jerry Seinfeld doesn't have to apologize to anyone. He did go on to say something which I actually deleted because I had way too many clips for today. And he's like, well, I understand Jerry had a really bad week. It was just, it was just really bad week for him, man. Just really bad. And
got to throw Jerry under the bus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure that, his Empire State size garage with Porsches will make it feel a little bit better.
I'm sure
no way Jerry cares.
Right. I'm sure he's crying over that residual check he gets every week.
I remember we did a deep dive on how much he makes so much money just on the Seinfeld stuff. He literally doesn't have to do anything for the rest of his life.
And by the way, I'm sure Jerry and him barely hang out. Maybe once a year?
Oh, they don't. There's no way
It's a lie. Everything's a lie.
There's no way.
Oh my God. You ready? Okay. This is going to blow you away. Here we go. This is essentially the minimum cut for every bit of official Seinfeld-related revenue in perpetuity, from mugs to reruns. To this day, it is estimated that both Seinfeld and Larry David receive residuals between $40 million and $60 million a year.
A year.
So you said Jerry's making Howard money without doing anything right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do anything. And you know what? Maybe he did have a bad week because Unfrosted sucks. Maybe he had even a worse week because some stupid kids walked out on his speech over at whatever college that he
Is he
gave.
still doing that comedians in cars and coffee thing?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I haven't heard anything about it.
I didn't think it was bad.
For 9 years now.
I thought it was good. I thought he was, I think he was great at it.
Entertaining. It was
Everyone
definitely
was
entertaining.
fun. Except for Howard's. Every one of them, they were all in on the joke and thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
We were
someone just put, remember,
back to that and watch that because wait, do we even have that on anymore? God, it got taken down so many times. We tried to do it backwards, fast forwarded, everything.
The comedians in car thing.
Yeah, that was a great review.
Yeah, I remember that
was a bet me and John. And
someone just posted what we were talking about Jerry being a horrible person, dating a 17-year-old. They left out Yeah, he also the wife was married when he met
Yes.
her,
Yes.
but people always forget that the co-stars on Seinfeld, the three other actors, were making peanuts until the last year when they renegotiated, and once they got like that real money Jerry said, "I'm ending the show." Literally, like they didn't even get that paycheck for like a full season. So,
But they were still making a shit ton of money. It's just that they weren't
no.
making
Yeah, but they're making peanuts compared to what Jerry and Larry are making.
And
And
then
and let's face it,
Yeah.
they were more than half of the show. You know, I mean, Costanza alone was like 50% of the show. So yeah, the second that they actually all got like a decent. Remember, because they were threatening to go on strike, and the second they got the money, they're oh well, I guess the show's over now.
Yeah, gotta go. By the way, her father, Julia Louis-Dreyfus's father, when he died in 2016, was worth a reported $4 billion at the time.
Doesn't he own like the color blue or something like
The
that?
Dreyfus Fund.
Yeah, her family ran a successful company for generations, global merchant firm, Louis Dreyfus Company. So yeah, she's worth a shit ton of money just on her own. Just on her own. It's
So
kinda crazy.
there.
Yeah, that's. Let me see how much. What's
I heard she started a podcast. It's probably better than Howard's.
Oh, please. I can't even imagine how many of these people start.
You know what's funny? Like I think we were all fans of the show, and it's still a funny show. But I mean, it's hard to remember a show that were like all the George episodes really just come to mind, where the ones where Jerry was the main were like, it's like who could forget? Is there a marine biologist here?
Exactly. All of them are funny. I love that.
But the George stuff is like absolutely killed in my opinion.
Residuals.
When he changed the Yankees uniforms to cotton, this is all comfortable, and then they wash them once, they just get blown out.
I remember when the show first started, everyone was into Kramer and him tripping.
Yeah.
No, actually, as it got later in time, they would like applaud when Kramer came in, and people were like, they told the audience to kind of chill it because it was making everybody else feel like lesser during the show or something like that. So Jerry has made about $440 million in earnings from Seinfeld over the last couple of years.
That's crazy.
Let's see.
I think Kramer almost torpedoed that. It was right around the time they were really going to syndication. I mean, when they had the show to end it, when all that whole at the Improv or wherever the comedy store.
Yes.
And remember how quick did Jerry go on Letterman? Like he literally was on Letterman that night.
Yeah.
And they did that Zoom call with what's his name, and people start laughing at it, and Jerry's like, "This isn't funny."
Listen to this. The cast members weren't always on the best of terms when it came to money. Julia, Jason, and Michael were given no share of overall royalties from the show. Famously, during their series' final season, the cast came to negotiations with the network, telling NBC Entertainment chief Warren Littlefield that they each deserved $1 million per episode. Their appeal worked, and for the final season of the show, Julia, Jason, and Michael's salaries jumped from $600,000 an episode to $1 million an episode. However, the three were still given no share of the show's royalties, meaning that they will only ever receive SAG-AFTRA residuals and a portion of the proceeds netted from DVD sales. So yeah, Larry and Jerry, the only ones who made out on that deal.
Do you think like behind the scenes, they maybe after the fact he's given them on the side?
No, absolutely.
No, I don't think so.
Nobody's that benevolent. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He just doesn't care. So yeah, okay, let's continue with the callers. Here's caller number 2. I mean, talk about blowing smoke up his ass. It was really just kind of sickening today. Here we go.
Fuck, I got to tell you, man. You are, I really have wanted to tell you this for a while. You are the greatest entertainer of all time.
Of all time, you guys. Greatest entertainer.
Past, present, and future.
Of all time.
And I just want you to know that. No, you are. And I really I think about that a lot.
A lot.
I mean, you've been on the air longer than anyone. You've interviewed probably the most people out of anyone. And really, honestly, you are the funniest person I think that's ever been like on the air.
Can you even imagine?
You must have really been butthurt for them to concoct that.
Can you even imagine? I mean, this is what we're getting today.
Howard
I mean,
doesn't
I
make
wouldn't even put him
jokes.
I wouldn't put him past a Fatty Arbuckle at this point.
I know.
Even
I'm
since
waiting
the
for
80s,
that.
he does. Ever since even in the 80s, he doesn't make jokes. It's always the people around him.
Yeah.
Of course, he's only as good as.
Where is this guy hearing funny?
I don't know. I've never heard. That is like the worst call I think has ever come into the show. I mean, it's just such a just ridiculous.
Liz, you're on the air in Florida.
Here's another one.
Oh my fucking God, I'm on the air?
Oh my God.
My
Yes.
name is Liz. Hi, Howard and
Hi,
Robin.
Liz.
So look,
Hi.
you are the best. I gave birth on Tuesday. I was listening to you because I needed fucking help. I'm getting Pitocin. I'm like dying. The lady comes in, the nurse, and is like, how are you? Da-da-da. All she hears through my AirPod is please, because we're talking to Ronnie, and Ronnie's going on about the shit that's going on in his body. Somehow, the drugs they're giving me is making me woozy, reacting in a way that's got me both in pain but also horny. It was.
Okay, this woman's giving birth. She doesn't know what the hell is going on. I don't buy it.
And the nurse is listening through her AirPods. How's that happen?
Magic.
How
Magic. That's how.
in her headphones. How? And she's
You know-
horny over what Ronnie's talking about.
We're speechless.
I don't know.
I know you got nothing. You
Yeah,
got
I
nothing.
got nothing.
You got nothing. So
I
then
mean, essentially, Howard is just like a gawkier Ed Sullivan at this point, you know?
not even Ed Sullivan actually.
No, Ed Sullivan introduced the Beatles and Elvis and stuff, but he didn't sing the songs. And Howard's acting like he sang the songs.
Yeah, Howard. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Howard wrote the songs. Damn it.
Oh, yeah.
He is that man. He is that guy. So a couple of you called out to me about this guy, Mike, who called in, and they did a 7-second delay on him. So we have no idea what he started out talking about. I'm going to assume it was about Seinfeld. He probably said, I'm just guessing here, but he probably said something about how Unfrosted sucks or something. And, I'm sure that Jerry is down about like Unfrosted not, being great in terms of reviews and things like that. So Howard, doing his usual quid pro quo, probably eliminated that from the show and went on. So here, let's hear how the call actually sounded when it aired at like 7:55, 8 o'clock this morning or whatever it was. So here we go.
Right. Good. All right. Well, anyway, what's your question, Mike? We went over that. Yeah.
I want to know if any of the
Zoomed
guys.
right past it.
Right. Good. All right. Well, anyway, what's your question, Mike? We went over that. Yeah.
I want to know if any of the guys have checked out Richard Simmons' Twitter over the weekend. He was.
So that's what it sounded like. So then in the replay, here's what you got.
Right. All right, Mike, you're on. What's up? What's on your mind? Whack, whack.
I want to know if any of the guys have checked out Richard Simmons' Twitter over the weekend. He was posting all kinds of.
Just eliminated it completely. Goodbye. Mike, I'd love to know what it was that you asked. If you're around or you listen to the show, please let us know.
Can I say one thing?
Mhm.
This Jerry Steinfeld, what is it called? Unfrosted. It was.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So it didn't go into movie theaters. So I don't know what Jerry's could be upset about because
Can't imagine either. And you know what? P.S. I'm sure he made a shit ton of money on doing that because Netflix throws money around like water.
Well, here's the thing.
people find things on Netflix. If it's
one of
not
the top
watched now, it's going to be watched in a month. Go on. Sorry.
Who cares?
It's one of the top watched things, but
Oh.
everybody's panning it. It's garbage.
What's it
So
getting
there's
on
that.
IMDb? I'm just curious.
IMDb, I did not go. I went to Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, what's it get on Rotten Tomatoes?
41%.
All right, it could be worse. Could
Do
be
you think
worse.
Jerry really cares about reviews? You might say yes. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think at this point, I can't imagine. He's so wealthy. Seriously, he's a billionaire. He doesn't have to do anything. The fact that he chooses to do something and it fails, might be like a little bit of a crush to his ego. But I think
IMDb, it got a 5.5 out of 10.
I only asked that because he says that Jerry's having a bad week, and it's on Netflix. It's not in the theater. I don't know what people are watching it, whether it got a good review or bad. I don't know what Howard's.
It looks like people are watching it, but it's panned. You know, people say it's garbage. So there's that.
Yeah,
like the latter Adam Sandler stuff.
I don't know. You know what? I don't think
watching it, but it's crap.
I don't think Jerry's wrong with what a lot of what he's been talking about how, comedians and woke comedians, how it's, people have been stifled because of all this bullshit and, having to put in women and people of color in all roles and stuff like that. And that it has stifled comedians' ability to comede, you know what I mean? And, again, it's Jerry Seinfeld. He can say whatever he wants. He can think whatever he wants. And there's really no what are you going to do? Cancel Jerry? Like, who gives a shit at this point? Like, nobody cares. He's 70 years old-ish, isn't he? I think he's around the same age.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think he is. I don't think he cares. Like, I think he's kind of.
Why would he care? Like, really, why would he care?
Say whatever.
Does he care that nobody remembers the B movie? Come on. Come on. Give me a break.
And that's what I love is he's outspoken. He said the truth, whereas Dana Carvey was like, no, we can't talk about that. So
no.
I respect Jerry totally.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, Jerry's in the right here. He's absolutely right about what he said about Howard. And
it's a head scratcher why he would care to apologize.
I don't even get it.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Probably Beth was crying. Who knows?
Yeah, and you know what, Lauren Marie, you're not wrong. I've heard some people say that there are like some funny parts in it, and it's okay. I mean, you know what? It's just another movie on Netflix. I have watched plenty of 5.5 movies on Netflix, and I'm sure worse, and I'll watch more. You know what I mean? It's just another movie on there. I'm just sure he got paid extraordinarily for it, and
100% he got.
I'm sure. And he brought in all his friends and has a big cast and lots of names, and it probably costs a shit ton of money to make. Anybody in the chat, if you can check for us and see how much it costs to make Unfrosted, I'd be really interested in knowing that.
I bet that he used that the money they were going to use on Howard Stern's interview show.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we won't be needing this. Here, Jerry, go crazy.
Here's another caller number 4. This is what her bullshit thing was.
I've heard you for years inspire people when they're stuck.
Yeah.
And I am stuck and I need some help.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be writing a dissertation. It's like 200 pages of blah, blah, blah. And I listen to you and you got me laughing. I'm enjoying myself. And then the moment I start writing, I'm like, I'm over it. So I need some inspiration. Help me out.
Really?
What is she writing about?
It doesn't even really get into
blah,
really...
blah, blah. That's intelligent.
I need thesis inspiration.
But she won't even give the topic.
No, of course not.
Metamucil.
That's probably it.
Minimalist.
So
minimalism.
What we find out as he's discussing this with this woman, and you know what, she may have mentioned it. I probably wasn't even paying attention because this was the worst show ever known to mankind. But what we did find out is that little Miss Deborah out in California is actually a doctor now. Check it out.
In all seriousness, Em, I know something about this because I'm very proud. One of my daughters just became a doctor and wrote a doctoral dissertation, and it was absolutely brilliant. I read this thing and I thought it was great. And I think the secret is she wrote something. I don't want to get into what her doctoral dissertation was on and all of that. My kids are pretty private.
Yeah.
But she wrote about something that was near and dear to her heart, even though it was, she got her doctorate in psychology.
So his daughter's a psychologist now. This is Deborah, who is now, how old is she? She's got to be close to 42, right? I mean, let me see.
Well, one's 40 something, so you think the other one's right up there.
Daughter. Let's see how old she is. She's 37 years old. So she's been schooling for a while, just schooling away because that's what,
Yeah.
She really took a topic that was fascinating and something that really she was trying to figure out. And it became very personal and very important to her.
Mm.
And there were days she'd call me, Dad, I'm so struggling. You know, she's not only working full time, she has a kid, she has a husband, you know, she has a life, and she's writing her doctoral dissertation.
Wow, good for her.
So, but obviously this is a setup call. I mean, come on.
100%.
100%. You know, I don't know why he felt the need to have to get that out. Thank you so much, Jeremy Harrelson. I got to say, the best Seinfeld bit ever on the show was when Gilbert was on and they left like a 40-minute message on his answer.
Oh, that's right.
With Gilbert doing his Jerry impression.
That's right. I remember that. God, that's a deep cut right there.
Impression. Howard Stern. That's amazing. Let's see if we can hear a little.
Wrong number, man.
To do with the phone.
That's just hard when you're on the air and you got to work all these buttons.
I'll call you right back. Thanks.
I'll call you right back. Thanks. Hey, Jerry, it's Howard Stern. You're supposed to be on the air with us.
I mean, hey, certain things like this are just not right. I mean, you say, what type of a person are you that you say you're going to be on the air and then you're not? Who are these people?
We have Jerry Jr. here just because you're not here. You know what's happening, Jerry? You're getting too big for your britches. You make appointments to talk to us. Now you got the television show and you're right after Cheers.
Yeah, what? Were the ratings so good? You can ignore this phone call?
We were there for you. I was there for you when, even Regis said we're sick of you and you had a gig coming up and
Yes,
you
he
knew
was
I could
there when
help you pack the
nobody
place.
else was, right?
And I'm sure if Jerry Seinfeld Jr. got big, you wouldn't stop doing the show, would you?
See, I wouldn't, because I know what it's like when your father walks out on you. My mother was never quite the same. And she used to say, hey, when I got slapped on my ass when I was born, the first thing I said was, hey.
You realize we're doing a radio show now for Jerry on his answering
And
machine?
he doesn't have a limit. That's
No,
what I realized.
he has no limit on his machine. We could go for hours.
We could talk up his entire message tape.
Right now,
You might have to schedule a new flight.
right now, Jay Leno's trying to call.
Yeah, right. Hey, what's going on here?
I don't understand it.
I love Gilbert.
Can I say, even when Sam Kinison died, I remember Jerry said something in the news that alluded to Howard kind of, being a part of, Sam dying. And I remember Howard got really pissed. They've been fighting, like taking jabs at each other forever.
Seinfeld is very passively aggressively doesn't love him. And I gotta believe that maybe Jessica is friendly with Beth, but I can't imagine that they have, such an amazingly close relationship that this would be an issue to him. Honestly, I mean, the apology itself is actually pretty pathetic. I'm sad that Jerry apologized to him. Honestly, I think it's really stupid that he did that. All right, let's move on a little bit. And of course, Beth says she can't do Italy if Molly and Jimmy aren't there, obviously.
I don't intentionally make everything miserable. I'm just miserable. Like people, like she knows, she goes, I really want to go to Italy with you, but we need them. I said, well, let me call Jimmy, make sure they still want to go, because we'll end up there by ourselves and we'll both be miserable. We'll be standing around going, Because when I start complaining, and when I travel, I complain, there's a good 2-day period of me being completely rattled.
Yeah.
Her plan is to go off with Molly and do stuff.
And to just leave you sitting there like the frozen stooge that you are. Yeah, Miss Beaverhausen, I think Jessica is friendly with Beth because of Ellie Wentworth. I think you're right. But I think that whole crew, though, out there, they're a very insulated little Hamptons crew. So the people that are famous and wealthy that live there all socialize with each other. That's just what they do. And, especially the one, the difference between Beth and all the rest of the people that she would consider her friends out there are that they're all like mothers. They have children. They have things going on. They have social activities. They have lives. And Beth has cats. So her in with these people is, bring the kids over. They can play in the kitten room. They can play with the bunnies, and this is her. This is what she has to talk to these people about. Because I can't imagine that, Allie and Jessica sitting there talking about like what colleges their kids are going to and where they're doing their semester overseas and shit like that. And Beth is just sitting there, with one of those eyes just kind of wobbling around in the corner looking for I just don't imagine.
Or they have like come to the catered brunch in August and we'll drink mimosas and the kids can play on the beach with the animals. It's just like, how do you say it? Hampton's partying or whatever.
I don't even think they're invited to most of those parties. How about that?
They invite people to them.
Yes, you come to us. We're not coming to you. And if you do come to us, we're having dinner at 6:00. So come over at 5. We'll have dinner at 6. We'll have dessert at 7, and you'll be out the door by like 9 the latest.
Well,
that's really how it works.
How long have they been buddies? Just out of curiosity,
Who?
Beth and Seinfeld's wife.
Again, I think it's all part of that same little
because
they're together.
I know for a fact that Seinfeld's wife does that diaper drive charity.
Yeah,
and I think that's where Beth probably got the idea of doing charities, because she was famously doing it. It's called the Good Something Foundation, whatever, where they donate diapers to families that need them and stuff like that.
Well, that's a good thing. Opposed to
no, I'm not. I'm just saying that's probably where she got the idea for doing the charity thing.
Listen, the charity thing is a complete tax write-off. Period.
No. I'm not.
They've shoved money into it because it's a tax write-off, and it allows Beth to have something, because she doesn't have any kids. Jeremy Harrelson, serious question: if Howard had $75,000 in the bank, would Howard be married to anyone? What female of any age or any appearance would ever spend 5 minutes with this old baby? Nobody would. That's why wealth sells him to people. Wealth makes him handsome to her.
100%.
It would be interesting to go back and try to find the transition of like, Maxim and FHM magazines to Cats. I don't know when it happened.
Right. When did that happen? Let me make a note.
That was kind of like what I was alluding to. It was interesting. What was this? What put the bug in her ear?
I'd like to know the start of Bianca's furry. It was Bianca's furry friends, right? And
first she had a thing with North Shore Animal Leagues for some reason.
Well, they had donated money in Bianca's name.
Was Katie Lee Joe involved in any of that stuff?
I don't know. I gotta look back.
I don't know.
We don't know. You know who would know
that? Know what we don't know.
John would from FHN to OMFG. Yes, exactly right.
Yeah.
Howard Stern without money is stuttering John. Yeah, that's pretty true. Yes, Howard's mom is still alive. Well, so we think. Again, there was no notification when his father died. There was nothing in the papers or anything like that, and they just buried him and ended it. So who knows? We could probably find that out at the end of the summer. Who really knows? They always say only the good die young. So his mother, I'm sure, is going to live forever. I'm sure that she will be there to torture him for the rest of his freaking days.
She's gonna be like the grandfather in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They used to have him at the table. They're handing her a mallet to kill someone. And just gravity's doing the work.
So they were invited to a party. He was starving, and this is what poses as show right now. And again, this is why I was recording these things, because it's really kind of insane to me that this is where the show has gone. Here we go.
Oh my God. Beth and I got invited to a dinner party Friday night, and we don't go anywhere, but these are people we really like. And I said, what time is this dinner? Hoping for like 6:00. I know 5:00 is too much to hope for.
Right. Even 6 is a lot to hope for.
I thought for sure, because they're older too, like me, and 7:00. Oh my God. I was walking around like all day, like, Beth, oh my God, I'm so hungry. I'm hungry. He goes, well, why don't you eat something? I go, well, we're going to be eating dinner later. I can't eat something now. So I ate a banana.
He's such an anorexic.
And then at 7:00
that doesn't
we got
stay with you long. A banana goes right through you.
I know, but I didn't know what else to do. And then 7:00 came, and then we get there, and people are having cocktail hour. And,
yes.
Yeah, and I was like, there's got to be some food. There was some edamame. I attacked that edamame like a vulture.
So of course it was like a sushi party, and he starts bitching about the fact that they didn't get their food served to them until like 9 o'clock at night. So, you know, he's like, and by that point I wasn't even really hungry, so I just had a couple of pieces, and we talked for a few minutes, and I got to bed by like 11 o'clock. I mean, he was so proud of himself. But this is what he talks about. This is what the show has become, my friends. This is how pathetic it really, really is. Just a couple more clips. So, he was talking about, and which was a really kind of messed up thing that happened. So I don't know if you guys heard about it, but Steve Buscemi was in the city, and there's this weird thing going on where people are getting punched. And I'm not necessarily sure when this started happening. I don't really know too much about it.
Ever since the Irish came over.
Yeah, I guess that's what started it. Warwick Empire star Steve Buscemi punched by maniac in random New York City attack. This was posted on May 12th. Seems no one's safe in the streets. Buscemi was shown through Kips Bay last week when a brute walked up and struck the Broadway Empire star in broad daylight attack, one of the latest unprovoked assaults. He suffered swelling to his face and left eye, and was taken to Bellevue Hospital for treatment, which is actually quite possibly the worst place to take anybody for treatment. Meanwhile, his deranged assailant took off and is still on the lam, police said. He was assaulted in Midtown Manhattan. So this is the article. I just read you pretty much what's going on.
Is he really a maniac, though?
This dude, who's
Come
like
on.
a regular-looking, kind of well-put-together gentleman.
You don't think he was just getting back for a Grown Ups 2 or Baby Boss? Yeah. I mean, come on, man. You watch those, you want to knock the guy out too.
I don't know. I mean, why would this happen? NYPD arrested a deranged vagrant, Xavier Israel, in the assault.
Hey.
Oh, that was another guy. This is somebody who was stuck in
You don't think it was someone who wanted his money back for Spy Kids or Charlotte's Web?
No, maybe not. So that was a pretty fucked up thing. So now I just read it happened in Kips Bay. Kips Bay is let's see. Where is Kips Bay, you may wonder? Judy, do you know where Kips Bay is?
Yeah, it's on, what is it, 23rd and
34th, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Between
that
first
movie theater is right there.
Wasn't he
Kips Bay Theater? I used to go there all the time. That was the best. I loved Kips Bay Theater. Remember when it was just such the best movie theater to go to, and it was nice and quiet. What?
Do you think he didn't like Mr. Pink in Reservoir Dogs, maybe?
I think that's what it was. So here's what Howard did.
You know what would have been really awesome?
Oh my God.
Really awesome if when he went to the ER, he complained about the black guy. If the doctor would have said, "You hear that? That's the world's smallest violin. That's just for you."
I know you're doing shtick now. Okay, this is
that's Mr. Pink, bro. Come on.
I know.
You didn't see Reservoir Dogs?
I did. I saw it once.
Great movie.
All right, listen to Howard and Robin, though.
Mr. Pink, that's like Mr. Pussy.
Both me and Mr. Judy Tenuta, right? We are New Yorkers, right? Through and through. Pretty much everybody knows where Kips Bay is, right? Not these two.
This happened in Kips Bay, New York. Where the fuck is that? Bay, New York.
Is that in Queens?
Oh my God.
I don't know, but it's around
Kips
30th
Bay,
Street.
is that? Oh, is
It's
that
around-
in Manhattan? Yeah.
Yeah, it's around 30th Street and First Avenue. Kips
Yeah.
Bay. I don't know. I don't leave my apartment. I don't know.
I know you don't know. You don't even know what the name is of the neighborhood you live in.
They are infuriating, their stupidity. It's absolutely infuriating. I hate them. What else? What else can I tell you about Gary? and the show? So a predominant part of the show today was them doing a game, which was basically Gary, I guess trying to one up people on things that he knows or things that he's done or things that he's seen and stuff like that. And I guess they must have hired Wink Martindale to just do a shit ton of beds for them for things that they're giving away from the stuff that Howard has been storing in some sort of facility for the last, hundreds of years. So I did do an all Wink medley of stuff that they were giving away on the most horrible game show that they did today. Before I get to that, all right, let me just do 2 more clips really quickly. Here we go. Just in case for all you guitarists, and you can agree with him or disagree, but here we go.
I mean, I'm so amazed that he could sing so well and play the guitar. I mean,
Amazing.
I'm trying to learn how to play the guitar. It is so complicated. Like, you forget playing the notes or the chords. It's the counting that's the hardest part. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and like it's you go out of your mind.
I know you have nothing to say. I know.
He's like, I'm learning about music for the first time in my entire life.
He is blown away about it. He is blown away. Yes, Wink Martindale is a real person, silly Billy. He's super, super old. I don't know how counting is hard. I'm trying to understand that. High Number says, fun fact, Kip Space where the British landed in New York in 1776. They were chasing Washington's troops out of Brooklyn. Yeah. Laundry Room. I am shocked that you didn't know that Wink Martindale was a actual person. He is now 90 years old. He was born in 1933, and
Good year.
Yeah, shockingly, he still has a voice. Like, he still has hasn't lost his timbre. Has not lost his timbre.
Did he do the Whammy game show?
Wait, yes, I think he did the Whammy. I loved the Whammy. It was, I don't know why it was on more often, but the Whammy was the best. Okay, so here's King of All Blacks calling in to chuckle about
Gary could have done better with his footwear. He thought Gary looked good until
he got to his feet.
Yeah, looked a little strange to the king.
Gary, I love you, man. You look nice, man, at the Tom Brady roast, but those sneakers was crazy. Your shell-toe Adidas had creases in them shits. You know how you walk too much in them and it gets those creases? Why you had them shit so tight? They look like fish. They look like black and white fish.
He might actually be mentally challenged, but never look a good Gary joke in the mouth. Yeah, never deny it. Gary of 3 different color blacks, which is driving me insane, as you know. But okay,
that's as far as he's allowed to insult any of the Howard Stern crew now is sneakers. It used to be so much more.
Oh my God, he used to be brutal.
Who cares?
Wasn't he the one that mentioned the bowling alley?
Yes,
it was him, right? Yeah,
back in the day.
I'm shocked that Howard ever let him back on the air.
Well, and you know what? Can we just go back for a quick second and say that the guy who was the one who does the voice of Howard hasn't been on since that day. That Matt, whatever his name is, Matt Frank, whatever his name is. Oopsie, Matt. So here's Wink, just so I have him up on the thing here. And yeah,
he looks like his own wax figure.
He does, right? He looks like stuffed, and like
or something like
that. That hair is actually kind of fantastical. I mean, the fact that it's still that color. Here he is, tic-tac-toe. That was the one that he was like famously known for, tic-tac-toe. So let's listen to some of the prizes they were giving.
It's amazing he's still alive, bro.
But that he still has a good voice is like shocking.
Be the hit of your next party with this Crucified by the FCC shirt. This black T-shirt depicts Howard Stern in a crown of thorns, wearing a robe with a microphone sticking out of the crotch, as if it's his penis. The shirt also features a Clear Channel logo crossed out with an X. The size of the shirt is large, but its value unimaginable. Hey, if you like reading, then you'll love this autographed copy of How I Got the Hip Disc Jockey Blues by John B. Ryland. This independently published 2019 memoir tells the story of DJ promoter John B. Ryland.
2019 memoir. He's saving stuff from 2019.
Who is that person?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
The back cover promises a trip through the music industry that's insightful, outrageous, funny, and sad. Whether it's for your bookshelf or your fireplace, now that's what I call a book. Today, you're playing for a set of 30 posters from the 1988 pay-per-view special, Howard Stern's Negligee and Underpants Party.
Can you even imagine?
These 30 posters, featuring still photos from a special he probably wishes we'd forget, have been taking up space in Howard's storage for nearly 35 years. And now, they're your problem.
Imagine.
Impress your coworkers and family members with this one-of-a-kind item, a degree certifying Howard Stern as a Master of Vagina from St. Genitalia College. This gag gift from sexologist Sadie Allison is suitable for framing in a study or home office. Show the world that Howard Stern is a master of vagina. Say hello to this unique piece of...
Okay, we get it. You're killing me, man.
Can I say, on eBay, the Howard Stern Fartman costume is still sitting around, and it's been how many years?
It's been like 25 years. Bro.
Nobody wants this shit.
It's been on eBay for like 25 years. No joke.
Nobody wants it. But I think the guy wants too much for it, maybe?
Yeah, you think? Yeah. But dude, this Wink guy, he's so old, he could be the Lindbergh baby.
He absolutely.
That's how old he is.
All right. The dude wants $100,000 for it. Here it is. Howard Stern Fartman costume from 1992 MTV Music Awards, Radio Metallica.
This is how long it's been on there, has it?
It's been forever, though. We all know that.
Absolutely.
Robin,
Dude,
I don't know how
back
he
to the
got
Stern
it.
Fan Network days, man. Yeah. Back at SFN, that thing was on eBay.
Jesus Christ. I wonder if do you think that what's his face made this for him?
Ralph.
Ralph. I wonder. There's the glasses. Shh. That is. But yeah, $100,000 or best offer.
Hey,
So
can we do it like an official like $10 offer?
like $10 exactly.
Just to get the dudes no.
I should. You know what?
If you
$10.
look on eBay, go on.
Sorry, go ahead, baby.
No. If you look on eBay, you could buy like flash drives with 13,000 shows on them.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can buy like everything.
We should do that.
Let's see. Why don't you send that to me? Maybe we'll.
And they'll all come from John.
Yeah.
We'll get a VHS tape. John, please come back. We miss you, bro.
John's been selling them.
Serious, John, if you're listening, please come back.
All right, end the show real quick. Hang on.
Yes. All right. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. As I said, tomorrow, Benny Blanco will be with us. I'll be doing what I do best, which is interviewing, because I'm evidently
You're not outflanked.
I'm not.
in the
I am
interview
outflanked.
world, yeah.
No, not in the interview world. I'm strictly an interviewer.
You are an interviewer.
I know. All right, but you don't have to rub it in. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Go away.
Garbage.
Pure and utter garbage. I was going to do another segment tonight, but I think I'm going to save it for tomorrow, because if Benny Blanco's coming in, I can't imagine that it's going to be anything for us to. And I really want to expand on my current knowledge of this website that Xavier turned us all on today.
The pen pal one with inmates.
Oh my God.
Some of those dudes are so awesome.
Dude, so
it's like, so I murdered a family. I'm looking for someone who's serious to be a pen pal.
Oh my God. So, I mean, the girl is actually really pretty. The one that you like first started this whole thing out with.
There was a People article on her. I posted a link to it. She literally just lost her marbles, man, over a divorce. And she was so questionable that the judge gave her husband custody of those two girls who weren't even his kids. They were his kids. They were the kids of some other baby daddy. So got to show you what the judge thought that this brought.
Check this chick out. So it's, of course, Gary Puppet would have loved this site. I mean, she shot and killed her hubby at Walmart, but boobies. So apparently this chick is part of a website
If you
called.
click on the thing right there, it'll take you straight to it.
Got it. I'm already there.
Who are these people?
Wireable.com, where you can write to your very own prisoner
Pen pal.
at pen pal, exactly, and and they'll probably respond back to you. For argument's sake, look at Anthony Ainsworth. And you should know, first time incarcerated, looking for someone to have.
Good job, dude.
It's on my first time. Congratulations, Anthony. He's
18 life to go.
Can you find celebrities on there?
You know what? I have no idea. I just
You
started
find the guy from that 70s show?
Exactly. So this chick basically killed her husband, right? Or her ex-husband.
Shot him in the chest in front of
Shot
the
him in the
kids.
chest. More about Kayla. Incarcerated since 2019. Sentence received. Life without parole. Earliest release not available. Click here
Well,
to
the
see.
thing is, you can get the conjugal, whatever it's called, visits, and then cheat on her. What's she gonna do about it? You're in jail.
Well, you can write to her if you'd like to. Here's Kaya
I already
Giles.
did as Mr. Whiskers.
Hey, baby. How's it going? Are you into
Look
tabby
for a
cats?
long-term friend, someone who will keep my mind occupied.
I
As
am
you
1 foot tall, gray stripes.
She's looking for a sugar daddy.
Oh, absolutely.
Sugar daddy. What? In her case, a sugar daddy would be a pack of smokes, bro.
Right, fill her
Yeah,
up
you're
with
right.
Doritos. I mean, really, what exactly does that mean for you?
I can sneak in a Nokia phone in my butt for you. That's not love.
Yeah, I don't know what
Here's
is.
a cake with a file in it.
Okay, so the gist of the story. Let me see. Oh, I don't even know. Platinum membership.
Backslash forums. There's a people article on that thread. If you go scroll down.
Okay. Oh, here it is. Jury Roselli woman murdered a strange husband outside Walmart during exchange. Custody battle. There she is.
She looks very satisfied.
Yes. She actually looks better. Prison's done her well. She's looking good.
She lost that 10 pounds, Robin.
She's getting a little color there in prison with her prison cuts. Yeah. She's
Her 1 hour a day in the sun.
And it's, you know what? It's all that clam bumper she's doing in jail.
Clearly she's not wearing SPF when she gets outside. And
Yes.
full metal.
A little scissors.
Found guilty, second-degree murder, obstruction of justice for shooting death of her estranged husband. Yeah. Well, hey, my baby got
the justice he deserved.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh, wow.
Rest in peace, my friend. So yeah, you can write to her if you'd like to. There are plenty of other people to be had on here, which
Don't say we didn't do you favors, guys.
Which I completely intend to go through, and I just want to really be able to read about them and see what's going on there. So you too, I'll go to the women. And see if any of them are as pretty as Kayla Giles.
A couple describe themselves as voluptuous.
Oh, you know what that means. You know exactly.
Yes. I know. It's like an iceberg. You only see 10% of it on the profile.
Exactly.
There she blows.
Okay, but we'll come back to that some other time.
Yes. What I want to do is I want to write one of these Aryan looking dudes and say, "Hi, I'm a cat." What are you doing?
But you have to be able to correspond.
Yes.
Exactly. You have to Zoom with them. You have to,
Absolutely.
You have to do that for us. So yeah, I'm gonna look at them.
I do, my brother.
I wonder if any of your Gunk in the Nights are still alive.
That's an interesting.
They're usually all dead.
They usually kill themselves. Exactly. So there's that. There is that. All right. So we're gonna look at some profiles and we're gonna find some available women for you guys out there, and hopefully we'll do a good job with it. So yeah, that's our show for tonight. That about wraps it up. It has been it's been a horrible show week so far, and it's only Monday. But lucky for us that Mr.
I'll
Jude
be gone.
Thank you. I love you.
joining us for the remainder of the week, hopefully, if you can.
Yeah.
And we will talk about Benny Blanco tomorrow. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, you can leave them in the comments section. I do hold all comments currently until this season of hell passes. But at some point, I'll be opening them up again, and everything will be back to normal as it should be.
I'm gonna try to listen to the music he's been part of, so I'm ready.
Okay, I'd be interested in knowing that he's dating Selena Gomez, so we can talk about that as well.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, I know. He, Howard wants something.
Wait, wasn't Selena? Wasn't she the broad that got a kidney from her best friend and then got all catty with her after she got the kidney and broke up?
Yes, she did.
And the friendship ended.
Yes, she did. I just
It's like, thanks for the kidney, sucker.
I wanted to read something that somebody sent to me today that made me chuckle just a little bit. Radio Gunk, as we regularly hear from the Stern Show victory laps, lives are changed on a daily basis. Undecided voters are jumping to the left after the Biden interview. People are racing to theaters to see Jake Gyllenhaal's Roadhouse. And after hearing Howard's tremendous progress, listeners now know that intensive 4-day-a-week therapy is indeed the answer to happier and a healthier you. I wanted to reach out and let you know that Radio Gunk is no different and deserves recognition of your own victory laps. Please take some time on your next show to not only kill some obligated time, but to also give yourselves a well-deserved pat on the back for your previous shows by sharing some of your successes. The following are actual letters and emails that we have been receiving. Quote, I grew up a Ford man and would never be caught dead with anything other than Ford parts. After yesterday's plug for Dennis's side project, exclusively to Mopar. Thank you,
He's
Dennis.
a Mopar man now.
You've opened my eyes and perhaps even saved my life, says Jeff from Pennsylvania. Quote, I nearly drove off the road and had to pull over and wet myself after you played the J-Lo South Park song for the dozenth time. You owe me a pair of pants. Don't ever stop playing that, says Andy from North Carolina. And lastly, before your Wednesday show, I was unfamiliar with the music of Ryan Houston. I'm grieving father who before yesterday had little reason to get out of bed.
Oh, what have we done?
Radio Gunk for introducing Ryan Houston to my life. Today is indeed
really?
a beautiful day.
How about by the way, we got dinged for that My Dick Touched the Water song.
Yes, we
Of
did.
all the things that we get a copyright against. Because we play all kinds of stuff and then that Dick Touched the Water song.
Yes, and because you love it so much, because you love it so much, here we go. It did sound just like him. All right, so we're going to leave you now, and it's 9:48-ish or so, but we will see you again tomorrow at around 8:15-ish or so. Thank you, Judy, for participating.
Thank you.
Uncle.
Love you guys.
Thank you for being here and doing the Lord's duty, being guy on the show. Yeah. Oh wait, I wasn't getting in the stream yet. I gotta play our outro. All right, goodbye. Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.